2. So we're going to start up here and then get even louder. 3, 2, 1. We call this a crash box. So your job.
Anybody?
His bike does not.
You like do a better.
You can communicate with others from the past. Warning, this product may make you or others in the room become possessed. Price $99.
Are you just getting over being sick, right?
You know, they don't have electronics in the late 1860s.
So how do you feel about this current bricolage group?
I think they're great. I think they're really cool. They have some interesting ideas.
Okay, what do you think this group's greatest strengths are?
Their creativity and the way that they will come together. Like, at first they were a little standoffish about like reading things out loud together. And I was like, well, you know, we're sharing, we're already here together. This is like a team effort. And once they were like, okay, yeah, it is. And we got to get this done and we should hear everyone's piece. They really stepped up. So I would say that those are their strengths.
How do you think the playwriting process has gone?
I think it's been cool. It's a lot less than what I was doing before. Like the last group that I did this with, they came with a lot more like scripts done already. Like starting with reading through things together, and then like kind of like saying, okay, like what other sounds do you think could go in this story?
Okay, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
Just that, like, this is always a really great experience. I love bricolage. I love working with bricolage. I like getting to come in and help students create and, you know, validate their thoughts and feelings. So I'm glad I just got another chance to do that.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name? What story did you write? for
My name's
Bricolage?
Ada Rose, and I wrote Wounds of War.
Wow, that's really fun. What is the basic synopsis of the story that you wrote?
Sorry.
It's about like a soldier,
Yeah.
and it's a murder mystery? Is it? I don't know, you said something about
Can you just edit all this?
We can edit it. So, how do you feel about the classes that you've been taking? Where is the button?
A college lineman in football. Foley, the football flying through the air and 1860. A lot of these got cut off, so the bottom of the last page, we don't have page numbers either.
That's what I think of immediately. Whatever the theme from Glory is, I probably can pull back. That might be a good theme.
As long as there's a
I know there's something like that.
Use the fabric.
Have you ever been stuck outside on a frigid winter day, waiting for your loved one to return home as you wish for something better than your ratty old coat? Something more modern, perhaps. Well, today your wish has become a reality. At New Riley's, we prioritize affordability and comfort at all times. So come on down to get the perfect store for you.
When the days are cold and you're tired of the old and you just want something cheaply sold, get New Riley's, the new before the old. Get New Riley's to keep you from the cold.
What is your name and what story did you write?
My name's Ada Rose Ralston, and I wrote Wounds of War.
So how do you feel that Bricolage is currently going?
I feel like it's been going really good. We've been practicing and rehearsing a lot, and I feel like everyone's really enjoying the roles that they have.
What inspired your story?
Well, my brother actually helped me a bit when deciding on my topic and my character list.
Okay. All right. So the classes that you've been taking for Bricolage, how do you feel about the classes?
Well, I definitely feel like the classes have helped us rehearse and gotten better as a group, like acting together, and they've helped us like improve our acting and voice skills, and just gotten more comfortable with ourselves. So.
Right. So you guys had to write commercials. So you wrote a commercial. So how do you feel about the commercials and the direction they're going?
Well, it was really fun, honestly, writing the commercial. Like, I loved coming up with the jingle and the tune for the jingle, and I just felt like it was kind of a neat idea. And the other commercial is really funny too. It's like funny, so I feel like they're going in a good direction.
That's great. So any final thoughts you want to share?
Well, I just feel like Bricolage has been going great so far, and I feel that it will continue to go good for our performance tomorrow and Thursday.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So what is your name and what script did you write?
Tristan Reynolds, and I wrote Olympus, Bat War of the Gods.
Okay. So how do you feel about Bricolage as a whole?
So far it's been pretty fun. I thought it'd be a lot more stressful, but it ended up working out.
It's working out. So how do you feel about your script being chosen? How do you feel about it being performed?
I do kind of wish it was chosen by my group, but to hear that it was chosen at all, I was happy about that. I'm happy to see it being performed because when you put a lot of work into something, then you kind of want to see it work out and all that stuff.
All right. So can you give us a basic run through of your story?
So pretty much the story goes that the Civil War is about to begin, and Hades is in the underworld, and he gets a message from the Fates telling him that the number of dead people will overrun the underworld, and that if however he participates, then he can lower the number of dead people, and so this is kind of based off like Percy Jackson Hades, where the idea was he was being overworked and he was because of all the dead people in the underworld. So this was him trying to get out of more of that. And so he goes there as General Grant, an actual general from the war, and he meets this his sergeant who will become a big character later. Where pretty much the sergeant's out there to try and just for his family, because he has family back home and he wants to fight for them. And he's like an intelligent person, but it's like the Civil War, so they're kind of putting people in positions without experience, and more based on if they can do the job at all. And so it's kind of like Hades learning that you need to take risks to get what you need, because there's a point where he has some soldiers it's 6 soldiers in. They're Confederates, so they most likely would betray them, but he brings them in anyway because he thinks, okay, if I just execute them, then they're probably then it's just going to raise the death toll. But in the end, they end up killing 6 other of his soldiers, so it just doubles it. And also Johnston's going to learn to build a bit more confidence. He's later going to go on to be a good general of his own in the future.
Okay, that's really cool. So how do you feel about the classes that you're taking?
They're really fun. I think I was again a little worried at first, but they're really fun.
All right. So how do you feel about the commercials?
I think the commercials were pretty well done. At least the ones we did, I stand by pretty well.
So do you have any final thoughts you would like to share?
No, really, I think the best thing to say about it is that a lot of times it's like it looks like it's going to be very stressful, it's going to be very difficult, but then once you get in there and you start actually doing it, then it starts to just click into place usually.
Great, thank you so much. That was really good. All right, hello. What is your name and which story did you write?
My name is Xander, and I wrote Hamilton Flash from the Past.
All right, thank you so much. How do you feel about the direction that Bricolage is going in?
It seems pretty good. It sucks that my script didn't pick at all, but my script was looked at by pretty much every group. So the fact that I even got to the top 15 and everybody has seen it, that's good enough for me. And the things that we're doing is fun.
So what is the basic synopsis of your story?
Pretty much, there's two 14-year-olds. They're messing around. It breaks another 14-year-old's science project. Hamilton comes to the future. They put him back. And while they're trying to do this, an FBI agent and a principal is on the look, thinking it's them, knowing it's them, but they have no evidence to get them kicked out of the school like the principal wants, or send them to jail like the FBI agent wants.
Okay, so how do you feel about the classes that you're taking?
They're all fun, like normal drama classes that you would take. So if I wanted to pursue a career in drama or theater, I have this as a reference to know what I'm doing.
Right, so how do you feel about the commercials?
The commercials that we're doing is good, and I want to say a word about my friends. She wrote the bourbon whiskey commercial because we were all rushed to do a commercial, and she did it in a matter of like 10 minutes, and she had the most voted and
The best commercial.
best commercial of our class.
That was really good. So, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
Bricolage is fun, and can't wait to see other people do it in the future. And the only part that sucks is my script came in second 3 times,
Oh, okay.
which sucked horribly.
All right, well, thank you so much for that. That was a really good interview. You did really well. All right, so what are your names?
My name is Leland.
My name is Cesar.
My name is William.
My name is Matthew.
So, what story did you guys write?
We wrote a story called The Mysteries of the Forest.
Mystery of the Forest.
Yes.
So, how do you feel about bricolage right now?
It's okay. I guess it's a good thing to go through. A little bit nerve-wracking.
It's fun. Entertaining. Just keep your brain moving. Sorry, my head is.
Right. So, how do we feel about the classes that you guys are taking?
I guess they're kind of good because we get to do the stuff I've never got a chance to do probably.
We're hands-on, not like voice. We use our voice. We're always doing it, so that's plus.
Alright, so what is the story about? Like, what's the general synopsis of the story?
The story is about these group of children, and they're in the forest, and they're trying to run away from a war at Gettysburg. And then they come across some dead soldiers, and they come back to life. And Abraham Lincoln saves them.
Oh, cool, good stuff. So, commercials. Did any of you write a commercial?
Well, we did wrote commercial, but we were unable to put them into our script because somebody just randomly showed up added commercials to our script.
Right. So how do you feel about the commercials?
They're good. They're good.
They're good, they're fun?
I think they're great.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Alright, so any final thoughts you want to share before we end this?
Nah, I don't think so.
Anything at all? So we all feel good about what's going on?
Yeah.
Alright, so what are your names?
Brianna.
Kanaya.
So which story did you guys write?
Back to the past.
That's the past. Alright, so what's the basic rundown of your story?
It's about a football player, and he has a head injury, so he ends up seeing this girl that no one else can see. And yeah.
Cool, good stuff, I guess. So did any of you write a commercial?
I did.
You did? What's your commercial about?
One's about John Cena. It's called Good Date.
Oh yeah, that one made it in. I heard it a few times.
Yeah.
So, classes. You guys have been taking classes. So how do you feel about the classes that you've been taking? Do you enjoy them? Do you feel they're going to help you with your performance?
I like some of them. Yeah, my favorite is Maria and Moira. Sorry to all the other people.
Yeah.
Do we even have Maria?
We have in the beginning. Those are my two
Favorite? Okay, so how do we feel about the performance coming up? Do we feel well prepared?
Yeah.
Do you feel?
I do, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it will be fine.
Yep, that'll be good. So any last thoughts you want to share before we wrap this up?
think she got some.
Alright, so we're all good?
Yeah.
Alright, so the two of your stories combined, so what was basically the thing that made your stories combined?
Well, in my group of Bricolage, we were voting and ours got like the same amount of votes. So we just combined the two because they went well together.
Right. So how do you feel about the new combined story?
Yeah, it's good. I like how they both go together.
Is it really different from the original story that you and your original group wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, any final thoughts about this new story? Any thoughts from you? Who was the person who wrote the story that got combined with the other?
Not really.
Not really? So we're good? Alright, that is your name and which story did you write?
I'm Maya and I wrote Ghost Letters.
So how do you feel about Bricolage as a whole?
I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been a lot better than I thought it would have been.
So how do you feel about the classes that you've been taking to prepare yourself for the performance?
They're good. I really like the script writing and just kind of like rehearsing is also fun.
Okay, so what is the general synopsis of your story?
So basically this guy Charles, he is like fighting in the Civil War, but he'll write back to his parents, and he dies in the Civil War and win the battles, but his letters he keeps writing back to his parents even after death, and then at the end you kind of find out that he died.
Mm-hmm. So did you write any commercials?
No, I did not. None of the ones that are being
Okay,
picked.
how do you feel about the commercials?
They're good. I like them. I think that like the jingles with them are cool.
How do you feel about your group that you're working with? Because you have a leadership role in your group, so how do you feel about your group?
Honest opinions?
Yes.
They're okay. I mean, sometimes it's a little challenging, but I think that's just kind of one of the experiences. I don't know. I think we're getting along well, and it's coming across great.
Alright, do you have any final thoughts you would like to share about Bricolage and how you feel about it?
No, I just like it. It's just fun.
Alright, we're good. Alright, so what is your name and what is the story that you wrote?
So my name's Isaac Charnick. Personally, I wrote a story called Mick and Rorty. For copyright reasons, I can't have it Rick and Morty, you know what I'm saying? It was a pretty good story, but that's not the story that we're currently working on. The one story that I wrote, personally, I think it was an absolute dime of a story, but this one's also like an 11 out of 10, so we kind of went with that one.
Alright, so you're working on a commercial. You wrote a commercial. So how do you feel about the commercials?
I don't really know. I feel pretty well about them. I wrote a few commercials. I mean, they're not bad, but the one that I wrote that got chosen to go into play, it was called Ghostograph. So it's basically this the little machine, and it has like a button to where it would open a portal, and you could go back and talk to people that have passed. You know what I'm saying? So like say like in the commercial, it says like there's this little kid, and D. Avery Wells is actually doing a little kid voice, but because he's not here, I had to go over it, and I'd be like, "Grandpa, say you." And the grandma's like, "Hello, my baby."
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
it's
heard
pretty
that.
good commercial.
Yeah, no. The classes that you've been taking, right? The acting and Foley, do you feel that those have like prepared you for the performance?
Not really sure. Most of the classes, they're usually more fun, if anything, because like I have a main part in our story, so I didn't really have a Foley class, and also whenever we had the Foley class, there wasn't really anybody like actually doing Foley with us.
Right. How does it feel to have a main part?
I don't really know, because I have like a lot of other parts too. Like I have the main character, and then I have the main character after he dies. I mean, I guess it's a little bit nerve-wracking almost, but like, I mean, it's not that nerve-wracking. I could get over it.
Right.
It'd be fine at the performance.
Right, it'll be okay. And the performance is only a few days away. Do you feel
I think it's
like
like
you're
2 days.
prepared for that?
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that hard. I mean, obviously there's like 150 people just staring like right down at you, so.
You feel like you're staring at me right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Just people staring at each other.
Any final thoughts you would like to share with us before we end it?
Came into bricolage really not wanting to do it or not like knowing how it was gonna be. I thought it was just gonna be like go to class and it'd be kind of just like a normal like type class where you learn things and you can do assignments. But it really wasn't what it actually is, because it's actually a lot more fun. It's a lot more interesting than I thought it was gonna be, and I'm actually happy that I got to do it.
Great.
Fun.
Thank you so much. That was really good.
All right.
That's good. I like it. I like it. You almost look right. Dip.
Do like a couple jumping jacks. Just get your heart pumping. You're like, no. I know. Okay, like a little. Just lift your knees up. Just stretch it out a little.
Okay, so what is everyone's names and what do you do for bricolage?
Hi, I am Lisa Ann Goldsmith. I am the lead teaching artist, and my favorite part about all of these residencies is when the kids get to performance time and they go for it and really put it up.
Hi, I'm Maria Gismondi. I'm a teaching artist. My favorite part of the process is definitely seeing kids who are reluctant in the beginning sort of go through the transformation of finding out that they actually like the things that we're asking them to do.
Hi, I'm Moira Quigley. I'm a teaching artist with Bricolage, and not to jump on that train, but it truly is magical when the lights come up and something just clicks and we get to see these kids shine. It's really special.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm the contracted sound engineer with Bricolage. I think my favorite part about this entire process was just seeing everything come together and learning about the process as well.
And I'm Sam Turek. I am the head of education for Bricolage, and my favorite part is always working with the incredible teachers here at Washington Junior High, especially Erin Moore and Rashad Olson and Sally Moore.
Right, go Prexies!
Go Prexies!
All right.
You're the littlest presidents.
I think we're good. Is that good?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.